Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to Vasi's studio in Sri Mayapur. This your definitive harmonium course. Hare Krishna, Naresh, welcome. Swellen, welcome. Benvinda. Vaishnavi. Okay, so I hope you're all very good, excited. Now that we have finished all the exercises, and we have a very interesting class today. Very happy to see you all here. Okay, so let's start with our prayers. Okay, let's put our hands together for the prayers. Hari Om Sahana Bhavatu Sahana Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvina Vaditamastu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Om Agyanatimirandhasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chaksurmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri Gurave Namaha Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Om Tat Sat. Very good, my dear students. So, Vaishnavi, where is video? Video was here just a few minutes ago, huh? Okay, so the first thing I want to talk about today is this.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Who's that? Kanushka?
Yes, Prabhu.
Okay. Welcome, Kanushka. Okay, so let's go back to our first class. Do you remember that I told you in your first class that the keyboard was made or was formed with groups of 12 keys, and then when a group of 12 keys finishes, another group of 12 keys comes, and then another group of 12. Do you remember that class? Okay, so who can tell me this group of 12 notes, how do we call the groups of 12 keys? Who can remember?
Whereas?
Octaves.
Say that again.
Octave, like lower octave.
Yes, that's it. Very good, Naresh. Those are called octaves. Okay? And that's why we have lower octave, central octave, and higher octave, right? So, even though they're called octave, it's not, they have 12 keys. They have 7 white and they have 5 black. Okay? And actually, the only thing that exists is these 12 notes. All the songs that you can imagine in the world, they come from these 12, the combination of these 12 notes. Okay? So, up to now, out of these 12, we have been working with 7 of them, right? That is our exercises. Sare, Gama, Pada, Ni. Now we need to learn the other 5 swaras in order to know all the 12s, because in the melodies we are going to be using all the melodies, all the swaras, okay? So that's why today's class, it's called Today's class is called Understanding the 12 Swaras or Notes. Okay, so we just need to learn the other 5, and then with that we can play all the melodies we want. So please follow me. If you have any questions, you can stop me and you can ask me. So I read, there are 7 main notes in Vedic music, right? We already know them, sa, re, ga, ma, pa, da, ni. But some of them, they have certain variations. What does this mean? This means that some of them have some variations. That means that some of them have no variations, right? Because it's not saying that all of them have variations. So now we have to see which ones they have variations and which ones don't have variations. Okay? So let's start. We have sa and pa. They have no variations. They only exist in their natural forms. And this natural form is called achala. That means fixed. So that means that we only have one sa and one pa. That's it, nothing else. Now let's go and see what are the swaras that they have variations. Okay, so we have re, ga, dha, and ni. These 4 swaras, they can be in their natural form. They also have their natural form, but in this case, their natural form, because they can change, their natural form is called suddha, which means pure. Or they can also be in another form, which is an augmented or sharp form, which is called in a flattened form called komal. Okay? So what does that mean? It means that we have 2 of each of these swaras. We have re suddha and we have re komal. We have ga suddha and we have ga komal. We have dha suddha and dha komal, and we have ni suddha and ni komal. Okay, that's the variation. And we need to learn the names, Suddha and Komal. Okay, so that's 4 notes, the 4 new ones. Let's see what's the last one, because we need to learn 5, remember? So the last one is ma. Now, ma can also be in its natural form called Suddha, and it can also exist in an augmented or sharp form, which is called tivra. So ma can be ma suddha or ma tivra. There is only one tivra. It's called ma. The other 4 are the 4 komals. So there you have 2 achala, which are fixed, 4 suddha, 6 suddha, 4 which are komal, and 1 tivra. We will see down here, because I have made a nice chart so you can see it more clearly. So let's see here. Sa, it's only 1, no variation. Re, we have re suddha and re komal. Ga suddha, ga komal. Ma suddha, ma tivra. Pa, which is only 1. Dha suddha, dha komal. Ni suddha, and ni komal. Now, how we are going to identify them? Haribol?
Hare Krishna Prabhu.
Yes? Hare Krishna? Vidya?
Yes.
Okay, welcome Vidya. Okay, so how we are going to identify in our notation, when we see them written down, how are we going to know which one is komal, which one is suddha, which one is tivra? Okay, very simple. Because the komal and tivra forms are going to be presented in the small letters, while the suddha and achala forms are going to be written in capital letters. You see, this is why up to now, all the exercises and the notations that you have been studying, they all have capital letters. But now, you have to be paying attention because we will have capital letters and small letters. Okay, so let's see here the chart. Suddha, we have re, ga, ma, dha, ni. We have 5 of them which are suddha. Achala, the ones that don't change. Sa and pa only. You see, they are written in capital letters. Now, komal, we have re, ga, dha, and ni. And tivra, we have only 1. So these are the 12 swaras. You already know these 7. Now you are learning these 5. Okay? Any questions so far? Is it clear up to now? Okay, very good. Let's continue. I want to explain 2 words that I mentioned here, so it can be very clear. Okay, explanation of komal and tivra. What is this komal and tivra? So the komal form is a flattened form. You see, this word is one of the words I wanted to explain. What is flattened? Flattened form means that it is a lower sound than the suddha. We have the suddha, and then we have the komal, which is a little lower. Okay? Now, the tivra form is an augmented or a sharp form. What does that mean? It means that it is a higher sound than the suddha. So we have the suddha in the middle, the higher is called tivra, and the lower is called komal. Now, what is the important thing of all this information? Is that you already know where the 7 swaras are located in your scale, in your keyboard. Now you have to learn where are the other 5s, okay? And this is what we're going to learn now. So this, remember that because we have 4 different scales, in each of the scales, the swaras are located in different places. So you only need to learn the position for your scale. So this is the example when we are using the white one, when we put the sa in the white one, you see? So we have the sa here, which is only 1, achala. Then we have the re, suddha. And the re komal, because it's lower, I will put it to the left. Remember that in our keyboard, every time we want to play a lower sound, we have to move our hand to the left. And every time we want to get a higher sound, we have to move our hand to the right. Okay? So, re komal, because it's a lower than suddha, I move to the left, and what is the closest key to the left? This black key. So this black key is called re komal for the scale of white 1, okay? Pay attention. Now, ga suddha, ga komal is lower to the left. This is ga komal. Then I have ma suddha. Now, ma tivra. Remember that tivra is higher, so I have to move to the right. So this black here, it's ma tivra. Then I have pa, which is only 1, achala. Then we have da suddha, da komal to the left, ni suddha, ni komal to the left. And then I reach my higher sa. And in this way, now I know the names of the 12 swaras in the scale of white 1. Now, I have sent you there in the platform the picture of the full keyboard for the 4 scales. Okay, for example, this is the full keyboard for black 4. Let's analyze it. So we know that here we have our central sa. This is the lower octave and this is the central octave. So we have sa here and then we have re sudha. Now we know that's called re sudha. Before we only knew that it was re. Now we know it's called re sudha. Now re komal, because it's lower, I have to move to the left, and this is here the white. Now I have ga sudha here, ga komal to the left. I have ma sudha here, ma tivra to the right, the next key to the right, and I have pa achala, only one. Then I have da sudha, da komal to the left, ni sudha and ni komal to the left because it's lower, and then we reach the higher sa. So this is the position of the 12 swaras in the 3 scales. This is for black 5. Let's see for black 4, sorry. This is, let's see for black 5. So we have our central sa here. Re sudha, re komal. Ga sudha, ga komal to the left. Ma sudha, ma tivra to the right because it's higher. Then we have the pa. Da sudha, da komal to the left. Ni sudha, ni komal to the left. And we reach the higher sa. Okay? So, what do I want you guys to do? The same way you marked the names of the 7 swaras when you were starting the course. So I want you to write little papers and stick them on the other 5 swaras, the komals and the tivra. In this way, you will know where all the sudhas, where all the swaras are located. And when you have to play it in any melody, then you know exactly where they are. Okay? So that's one homework that you have for this week, to mark the other 5 swaras. Okay, so up to now, do we have any questions?
Prabhu?
Yes, Prabhu.
We have 12 keys, right, in octave. How come in the higher octave, upper octave, we don't have 12 in that?
We don't have what?
12, like 12 keys in the third upper octave.
You mean in your harmonium?
Yes, in my harmony.
Well, that is just a matter of the guy who make the harmonium, okay? Because usually you don't use those very high ones, you know? No, very few people can sing up there. So the makers, they just cut the harmonium there and they just put, you know? But there are harmoniums who are even smaller. There are harmoniums, they have two octaves only. There's some of them, they have 2.5. Some of them, they have 3 or 3.5. Okay? So that usually, what are the keys that we mostly use? We use our central scale. We can use about, 4 or 5 from the lower scale. Especially if we are going to do the bass accompaniment, we use those basses down there. And from the higher octave, we may use 3 or 4. Depends on your voice or what you want to say. Okay? Very good. Any other question? Everything clear? Okay, now that we have learned our 12 swaras, now let's see what's going to be the new system for reading the melodies, okay? Because it's going to be a little different. So let's go and see that. So we call it the song notation system. And it's very similar from the notation system of the exercises, because we have here in the upper row the quartal beats. Same 1, 2, 3, 0, 1, 2. Okay, that is the same. Then in the middle or the lower row here, we have the swaras, re, ga, ma, whatever we need to play. Okay? And now what are we adding? We are adding another row in which we are going to write what is the syllaba of the mantra that we need to sing exactly in this kartal beat and while playing this note. So now there are three things that we are going to be learning simultaneous and paying attention. Now there is something here which is a little different. Remember that in the exercises when we wanted to know the duration of the note, then we had the links underneath. And if the link was covering 2, 3, or 4, so this was the duration of my note, right? Now here, we're not going to be using those links. So how are we going to know the duration of the note? It's because that note or swara is going to be locked in under the specific kartal beats. For example, re, it's only here under first kartal beat, so it's on the duration of 1 beat. This one, only 1, the second beat. Now this ma, it takes 2 kartal beats. You see, it takes the position of 2 kartal beats, the space of 2 kartal beats. So we have to stretch it and leave it pressed for 2 kartal beats. And here, for example, this ma, it covers 3 kartal beats, you see? So we don't put lines here. This means that you have to keep the finger pressed for 3 kartal beats. And the same thing with the syllables. This one we just sang short. Ha, re, and then here, krish. We have to stretch it a little bit. And this na, it's even longer. Na, okay? So, questions about this? Very good. Let's go and see our first example. Okay? So this is how you're going to be seeing the melodies from now on. You see here the kartal beats, the swaras here, the syllabus. And I have put, nice colors so you can easily identify which kartal beat, which syllaba, like that. No, it's very nice, the colors. Okay, so in the same way that we had a system, step by step, how to learn to play the exercises, here we also have a system step by step, which is easier to learn because we need to learn how to read this and how to learn the melody. So let's go and analyze the steps, the steps to analyze the musical notations for the melodies. Okay, let's go. Step number 1. We have to identify the swaras that we are going to play. Remember how the first step in the exercises was to see in which kartal beat was starting? Now, we're not going to do that. Now we're going to first identify the swaras. Let's see. So we go to our melody here and we go to the central row and we see, okay, we have to play here. Re, ga, ma, ga, re, ga, re, sa, re, ga, re, sa. Okay? And here for Hare Rama, the same thing is repeated. Okay, now I already know what I have to play. Now, but I have a question for all of you here. In this example, do I have to play any komal notes? Can anybody answer me that?
I didn't see any Komal Prabhu.
Okay, Naresh is saying no. Who has another answer? What do you think, Vaishnavi? Do we have any comals in that melody?
Shall we translate confused because no.
Okay, you're not sure. What about Vidya? Where did you go? Vidya.
No, I'm just getting the paper and then.
Okay, okay. You, did you get all the notations for today's class?
Yeah, I have it. So I don't see any. No.
You don't see any. What about swelling?
No, I don't see any.
Okay. And how do we know that there are no commas there? How can we know?
Because they are all capital letters.
Very good. So at this point, this is what we should be looking at, you see? Identify means I have to see if they're all capital letters or they're the small letters, and then we'll see if they are. Okay? For example, I made a higher version of this melody. You see, this is the same example, but a higher key. Now, do we have any comals here in this higher version?
Yes, Prabhu, there are commas, lowercase. Oh, hold on. Uh, no. This only ma, tivra. There no comma.
Very good. So the one, no commas, we only have mativra here. And the rest of them are capital letters. There's Sudha, and they are Achala. So please, from now on, you have to be very careful to identify all these notes, because if you read a wrong note and you play a wrong note, the melody is going to sound it's going to sound wrong. So you have to be reading and playing the right key. Okay? Very good. Let's go and see our second step. Second step, locate them in your harmonium keyboard. Very good. So this is where, after we have identified them, we go into our okay, we go into our keyboard and let's see. So for example, for black 4, I have to play re. This is sa, so this is re. I have to play re, ga, ma, ga, re, ga, re, sa, re, ga, re, sa. Okay? So this is what it's written there. Now we can already identify what melody is that, right? This is who can tell me what melody is that? Have you heard this melody before? Of course. No? This is what
Hare Krishna.
we usually say the melody if we hear somebody saying, like, for example, we say, this is Madhava's melody. Oh, this is Bivi Govinda Swami or Aindra Prabhu melody, like that, no? So this melody, we call it Srila Prabhupada melody. This is the melody that Srila Prabhupada, he conquered the whole world with just one melody, this melody. So it is very important that we all learn this melody. That's why today we are learning this melody as the example. Okay, so let's see for black 5. We have, now let me see, what are this, Sri Jagannath. We have black 4 and white 1 only. Okay, very good. Okay, let's see for white 1. So for white 1, I have to play the re, ga, ma, ga, ga, re, sa, re, ga, re. So it should sound like this. So as you can see at this point, I am still not dealing with the kartals and the rhythm. I just want to learn what are the swaras I need to play. But here I can see that there are some short notes like re, ga. There's some medium size notes like this ma, and there are some long notes. So I can, play them like that, some short, medium, and long. And the rhythm, we will do that at the end. Okay, very good. Once we have locate them in our keyboard, let's see what's the next step. Now we have to put together the swaras that we learn and the syllabus of the mantra, and we have to play and sing them together. Okay, so we're going to be doing like this. For black 4 would be Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So in this system of playing the harmonium, it's quite easy because what is the tone that we need to sing? Exactly the same note, the same sound that I'm playing is the same thing that I'm singing. So that means that the harmonium, it becomes my friend and it helps me to sing in tune. Okay, let's see for a white 1. For a white 1 would be like this. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, so this would be the 3 first step. Now, what I want you all to do is take the notations and get your harmoniums and practice these 3 first steps, okay? Identify the swaras, locate them in your keyboard, practice the notes, and then practice how to sing them. I'll give you some minutes and then you can show me, okay? Don't worry about the kartals or the rhythm right now. Let's go. Okay, let's hear. Who would like to go first? Vidya, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear. No kartals, okay? No kartals. From now, we still don't work with the kartals. I will explain the kartals right after here, okay? Just let me hear the melody. Okay.
1 minute.
Do Hare Rama. Do the Hare Rama.
Okay, I'll start.
Mm. Don't worry, don't worry. That's okay. Okay, no problem. I just wanted to see if you were okay. But very good, Vidya. You have the whole week to practice. Okay. Naresh, you want to go?
Yes, Prabhu.
Very good, very good. Okay, Vaishnavi, ready? Okay, let's hear. Very good. You got it, Vaishnavi. Okay, Swellen, let's hear. What?
I'm still not ready. I'll try.
Slow, okay? Don't worry. Make it slow. Swellen, use the same fingers that you use for doing the exercises. It means that the ga, do the ga with finger number 1. And then the re with finger number 2 and the sa with finger number 1. Let's see. It's easier.
Okay, ra is finger number 3, no?
Yes.
Yeah, it's like this. Hare, Hare Krishna.
The ga, do it with the 1.
Now I'm lost, sorry. Hare Krishna, no.
Okay. So,
I need to try my
yes. But that's the idea, okay? And that's why we were practicing with the fingers in the exercises. So here in the melodies, It doesn't have to be like exactly, but for example, for black 4, it's always good to play the ga with finger number 1. Okay, so we have the other fingers for the black keys. Okay, very good. So now let's talk about the rhythm. So this is the first thing that I want all of you to do. Every week that we're going to be learning a melody, I want all of you to listen to the melody before the class, because if you know the melody in advance that we are going to learn, then everything is easier, okay? So I'm going to be sending in the platform a video that's called the sample melody, and that's going to be available 2 days before the class, okay? So you can get the notations and you can listen to the sample video. Now the sample video, you won't see my hands or notations. It's just for you to listen to the melody, okay? Now when you are learning the rhythm of the song, I want all of you to first learn the song by listening, okay? So you listen to the sample melody or the short video, you listen to it, you clap along with Hare Krishna, okay? You clap along the video and you learn it nicely. Once you have learned it in your head, then you can go here at the notation and you can start analyzing. You see, that's step number 4. Analyze the cartal beats structure and play everything together. So, well, the first thing we see here is that this melody starts in cartal beat 1. And we already know how to do that, right? Because we have to count in 1, 2, 3, 0. Hare, okay, and we start there. Okay, so we start in cartal beat 1. We see here that Hare Krishna, a little longer. Krishna, 2, 3, 0. Hare Krishna, 2, 3, 0. Krishna, Krishna, 2, 3, 0. Hare, Hare, 2, 3, 0. You always, because they all start in cartal beat number 1, you have to count that 1, 2, 3, 0, and then start. Okay? So you practice like that, and then when you are feeling more secure, then you put your cartals and you start practicing. Now, another thing I want to say here. You know, Srila Prabhupada taught us that the kirtan has to be done with the system of call and response. That means that there is one person who is the leader who has to sing first, and everybody just listens. And then when the leader finishes, everybody responds, because they already know what they have to sing, right? So that means that the leader has to be able to play when he's singing, and he has to be able to play when the other people are singing. That means that you are not singing. So I want all of you from now on to practice all the melodies like that. You play the same part singing, and then you play the same part without singing. It means you're imagining that the people are repeating, that you are in a big temple and everybody is repeating Hare Krishna. Okay? So I will do this now like that. Please listen to me. Pay attention how I do it. Okay. So for black 4, 1, 2, 3, 0. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Now the response. Okay, so in this way, you continue practicing until you learn it very nicely. And in this way, by following these 4 steps, you will be able to learn the melody very nicely. Remember, don't go to the next step until you know the previous step very nicely, okay? And you make sure. So, for this week, we have few things that you need to learn. The first thing is that you need to learn the other 5 swaras, the 4 komas and the 1 tivra. Then you're going to have to write it down there, put the little papers on your keyboard so you can remember where they are, okay? And then you're going to practice this Srila Prabhupada tune. Okay? Practice like that. Call and response. Singing and then not singing. Okay? So how I want you guys to do the video for the homework. I want you to do 2 calls and 2 response. It means you sing first and then without singing and then sing again and then not singing. Okay, so you're going to sing twice the same part. Is that clear? Very good, like this.
This Kankal Prabhu.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, with kartal beats. You can use, I was using 100. You see, you can use 100, maximum 110. Don't go so fast now. That we need to practice little by little. So you see, we told you guys that in this module you are going to learn 8 melodies, remember? That means 6 Hare Krishna melodies, Jaya Radha Madhava and Nisingha prayers. But now, this is another melody that you are learning, so you're actually going to learn 9 melodies in this module, okay? So, you have any questions or any comments, doubts, anything you want to say before we finish the class? Everything good? Okay. So, let's put our hands together, chant Hare Krishna, and thank the Lord for this opportunity. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jai Shri Harinam Sankirtan Jagya ki Jai, Srila Prabhupada ki Jai, Gaura Premanande, Hari Hari Bol. Okay, so I wish all of you a happy Ekadasi. I don't know if in your countries is Ekadasi, but here in Mayapur is Ekadasi. And today also we are starting the Julan Yatra, the festival of Krishna in the swing, Radha and Krishna in the swing. Okay, so it's a very nice week for us to learn this Hare Krishna Mahamantra and sing it to Krishna while he is swinging in the, with Radharani. Yes, Naresh, you wanted to say something? Okay. Got it. Okay, so thank you for your attention and your participation. Please study, send me your homeworks, and I'll see you all next week, right? Blessings from Siddham Mayapur. Bye-bye. Hare Krishna.